Hey YouTube, this is my Dominar 400. It's pretty much covered in dirt. I couldn't use my bike for almost 1.5 months. So I got a notification from Adjust app that my motorcycle battery is low. If you're following me, that you'll know that I have a tracker in my bike which also shows notification with respect to your battery health. So I came to check on that. So let me see if this bike turns on at least. In the app, it was showing battery voltage is around 11 volts, so it should turn on. Okay, the fuel pump is priming. Let me crank it. Okay guys, this is not gonna crank, so let me try to jumpstart it and see if we can do something about this. The first thing that we're going to do is check the battery voltage, and the battery is actually located under the seat. So let's start by removing the pillion seat followed by the rider seat to get access to the battery itself. In order to check the battery voltage, we need to have a multimeter, and this particular one I've been using from very long time. I'll leave the purchase link in the description below. For people who are new to using multimeters, I'll show you how to do it. So basically every multimeter has one side for calculating the AC voltage. Since we have to check the DC part, we need to keep the probe on 20 volt DC. So our battery voltage cannot be more than 20 volts. That's the reason we are keeping it on 20 volt DC. Now your multimeter will come with two probes, one is in red and one is in black. The red probe has to go to the positive terminal and black probe to the negative terminal, and the multimeter will show you the exact voltage of your battery in which the current state is. So let's check the voltage. Now this multimeter also has some magnets behind it, so I can stick this on any metal part and this will never fall again. So before checking the voltage, let's remove the battery protection cap that is attached to this positive terminal. So moving it aside. Now as I said before, let's set the multimeter to measure 20 volt DC. Okay, that is done. Now let's take the red probe and keep it on battery's positive terminal and black onto the negative terminal. So you can see it is showing 11.55 volt and our battery needs some juice. So let's see how to jumpstart this. And as you know, my battery is pretty new and the jumpstart should work. Now in order to jumpstart any motorcycle, we need to have a source or a donor motorcycle. So now I have an NTORQ with me, and I know guys what you're thinking. NTORQ's battery is pretty small compared to of what Dominar has, and trust me guys, we can use NTORQ to jumpstart a Dominar. Or can we? Let's check it out. Now the first step will be parking the NTORQ beside Dominar so that we can get some access to work around. So let's move the NTORQ nearby Dominar. So in order to connect the jumper cables, we need to get access to NTORQ's battery panel. So now the battery is actually hidden inside this cover, which is held by two screws on both the sides. So let's remove this panel. Before getting into the actual jump start, let's see how much battery voltage does this NTORQ have. And the same method, connect the probes to the appropriate terminals and let's check the voltage in the multimeter. And you can see we have around 12.79 volts, which is good enough, but then we are not going to jumpstart this way. In order to provide power from the source motorcycle, we need to have something called as jumper cables. And this particular one is actually rated for 1000 amps, which is an overkill, but then this is actually a cheap one and you can actually purchase this, and I'll leave the link in the description below. Now from here on, you have to watch carefully and follow the steps as described. and also connect the cables in the order that I'm showing. So don't miss any steps. Before doing anything, let's start our motorcycle so that the NTORQ's alternator can provide charge, so the battery of NTORQ doesn't discharge, and also it can provide power to our Dominar. While this is on, let me show you the voltage in the voltmeter again. At idle, you can see the voltage is between 12.64 to 12.65, and you can see the voltage raise if I increase the throttle input. Now the motorcycle has been in idle for a couple of minutes, and let's take out the jumper cables. And taking this out, you can see we have a long cable. Actually, this cable is used for cars, but no problem, we can use it for motorcycle as well. Now we have two color-coded terminals, a pair of two color-coded terminals which we can use for jumping, and make sure that both the alligator clips doesn't touch each other. Those clamps shouldn't be touching each other when you connect or make connections. The first connection to be made is on the battery which is discharged. Connect the red clamp onto the positive terminal of the motorcycle that is discharged. So I'm connecting the positive terminal onto my Dominar's battery, and make sure that the clamp is secured and doesn't touch any other surface. So this is secured. On the other end, let's connect the same red clamp onto the source or the donor's battery's positive terminal. So let's make a connection here. Okay, this is pretty much clamped on, and it has been made on the positive terminal of NTORQ. The black negative wire has to be connected to the NTORQ first. Yes, it has to be connected to the source first. So let's make a connection and make sure that these two clamps doesn't touch each other or any other surface. Now one final step is to connect this last clamp, and you might think this has to be connected to the negative terminal of the battery itself, but no. This has to be connected to any of the unpainted parts of your motorcycle, and it can be anywhere on your chassis or any of the bolts which is not painted and has a proper electrical contact. So in my Dominar, I have found a space here where I can connect, and this space seems to have a good electrical contact, and I can use this place which is unpainted to make a proper connection for the negative terminal. Now let's check if the power is actually flowing to a battery. So let's set the multimeter and use the same method. Connect the positive and negative prongs. Oh, why is it showing OL? Okay, so I had set the wrong one. So keeping on 20 volt and checking. Yeah, we have around 12.57 volt flowing into a battery. So okay, so let this battery be connected to the source and let it run for a couple of minutes. And also you can speed up the process. All you need to do is basically just accelerate or increase the throttle input for the source. So you can raise to increase the power input and let it run for a couple of minutes so that the battery gets enough juice to crank the motorcycle. So I'll move to the next part. So this connection has been idling for around 3 to 4 minutes, and let me see if we can crank our Dominar and check if it has enough juice. Let me turn on the ignition, and kill switch is on. Let's crank. Okay, so it started in just one click, and the jump start is a success. Now let it idle for a couple of minutes. While it's idling, let's go on and disconnect all the jumpstart connections and make sure you follow the reverse order. Start by disconnecting the negative clamp which is connected to the host motorcycle, in this case our Dominar, and followed by disconnecting the negative clamp from the source motorcycle. Now next, let's remove the positive clamp from the source motorcycle, and followed by disconnecting the positive clamp from our Dominar or the host motorcycle. While the host motorcycle is idling, in this case the Dominar is idling, let's check the voltage and confirm if the battery is charging. And as you can see, the battery is actually charging, and in this state never turn off your motorcycle and let it idle for at least 5 to 10 minutes, or you can also take it for a spin so that the battery get enough time to charge itself. Let's turn off the engine of source motorcycle, and before we close it up, let's check if the battery have enough charge so that the source motorcycle can start itself without any problem. And as expected, we have enough charge in the battery of NTORQ, so it is not going to cause any problem to NTORQ as well. So let's close the NTORQ and I'll fast forward this process for you. So all this while our Dominar was idling, so let's turn it off and let's check if the battery have even charged. So connecting the probes to positive and negative. Oh, okay, I did not turn on the multimeter. Okay, now let's see. Okay, we have 12.27 volts and I think this is pretty enough to crank the motorcycle at least once. So let's give it a shot. Okay, our bike started in just one self. So let's now close our motorcycle, and it's exactly opposite of removal, and I'll fast forward the entire process for you. And that's all. You have learned how to jumpstart your motorcycle all by yourself with commonly available tools. And as usual, I'll leave the product links in the description below. And if you people found this video informative enough, and if you people like this content, do consider subscribing to Archeonix and follow me on Instagram for more such interesting content.